Hi. So what we're going to be doing this morning is we're going to be doing an artwork that uses texture. Texture is the way something feels or it looks like it feels. So for example, I have these two items right here. I have a cotton ball, which is really soft, and I have a cork, which is kind of bumpy. It's got holes in it, so it kind of feels uneven or rough. Okay, there's two ways to create texture. One is to actually glue things down onto your artwork to create an actual texture where you can feel it. Two is to create simulated texture. And simulated texture is what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be drawing some pictures of some animals, and I'm going to give you an animal, and you're going to get a piece of paper. And what you're going to do today is you're going to try to draw the animal as you see it, but the main focus is texture. And I'm going to hold this kind of close to the camera. When you look at this, when you look at the texture of the feathers here, ooh, that's good. What do you think it feels like? It probably feels like feathery or fluffy, right? So what we're going to do today is we're going to create texture in our artwork, and that's going to be the biggest part of your grade on this. There's three parts to this that we're going to do, and we're going to probably not start with the texture part today. We're probably just going to do the outline, but the three parts that we're going to do is we're going to do the outline of the animal, okay? Then we're going to do texture. That's the most important part, texture. And then the last part is shading, and we worked on that last year. Shading is light, medium, and dark value, okay? And we're gonna need all three things in our artwork when we finish this. Today, we're only gonna start on the outline, but the texture is gonna be where most of your grade comes from, okay? So let's go ahead and get started. Okay. So we are going to start with the outline of our animal, and the outline is the outside line that goes all the way around the outside of the animal. There are some features on the inside that we can draw an outline for too, like the beak and maybe the eye. If you want to divide these sections like a line that would go around here, you can do that. But today we are just going to complete our outline. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your paper and you're going to start by using your eyes to follow the outside edge, and you're gonna make your hand do what your eyes see, okay? So I'm gonna try my best to copy that. I'm gonna start with the head of our parrot here, and I'm gonna go all the way around. And I'm not gonna make it up. I'm not just gonna draw a parrot like I know in my head. I'm gonna draw what I'm looking at. So I see that the feathers are kind of going around a little bit like this. And you can see that here. They're gonna, like a little jaded right here, okay? And I'm gonna keep following that around. And I can't see the bottom part of the parrot in the picture, so I'm just gonna draw it to the edge, okay? And then I'm gonna draw the beak. The beak is about like this right here, and it kind of comes down a little bit. And there's a little bit of the beak that's uneven, and then the pointed part of the beak. And I'm gonna do the bottom part of the beak, the black part down there. And if I made a mistake, like right here, I drew a line too deep, that's okay, I'm just gonna erase it. It's important that we always draw light in the beginning for our outline until we've got it just the way we want it. And I always say, draw light until you got it right. And then I have the bottom part of the beak right here. And then some feathers are kind of sticking out. And we've got just a little bit of the top of the wing that kind of sticks out here. And I'm not gonna draw each and every individual feather. I'm just gonna draw kind of the outline for where that needs to be, okay? And then I'm gonna draw the eye right about here, okay? And then the white part, that's this part right here, I'm just gonna make that little shape right there where I see it. Can you see that? A little crooked here. There we go, that's better. And then I'm gonna draw this shape that kind of goes around. And there's all kinds of great texture in here when we get to that part. There's all these little, almost kind of like kind of like when we have in our skin, when we get those kind of goosebumps in our skin. That's kind of what it looks like to me, but for the bird, it's kind of comes to a little point right here. So that'll be great when we get to the texture part. There's a lot of great texture in here. But today we are just gonna finish the outline. When you're done, you're gonna flip it over and you're gonna put your name and your class code on the back. Your class code, you're gonna circle it so that I know it's not part of your name, okay? And that's all we're gonna do today.